Bong Joon-ho is a South Korean filmmaker known for his films being filled to the brim with social commentary of the current state of the world we live in. He first emerged during South Korea's New Wave, which saw producers funding a different style of filmmaking as a way of creating a national identity and competing with Hollywood. Using this opportunity, Bong began creating films specifically focused on capturing the true nature of the segregated lives between the rich and the poor, powerful and the powerless. Placing the narrative of his films around the average families of the world struggling to survive in a capitalist world. This theme runs through all of his films in one way or another, ranging from the subtle to the blaringly obvious. In Bong's 2006 film The Host, the audience is introduced to the Parks, a lower-class family running a humble snack shack on the shores of the Han River in Seoul. Due to their low income, all three generations of the family are made to live and work together. Through Bong's personal directing style, the film transitions from comedy to horror and back again in the blink of an eye. When a giant creature emerges from the river due to an American scientist's ambivalence toward the repercussions of dumping chemicals into the river and altering the environment of those surrounding it, the youngest of the Parks family is taken by the creature, and the Parks family are forced to attempt to save her when the ever-present American government refused to assist in their plight. This is Bong's way of placing the Americans in the position of power in place of the wealthy, and commenting on the way the environmental interests of the rich not only lead to neglect of the environmental interests of the poor, but also often create, produce, and increase such risks to benefit the health of the affluent community. Bong highlights the disregard for the environment by the wealthy and powerful, and the bitter irony of such an attitude, displayed through his river creature as a symbol of the choices of the wealthy returning to them. No matter your class, wealth, or nationality, when an enormous creature tears through town, it affects everyone. Throughout Bong's 2013 film Snowpiercer, his commentary on the class system is consistently ever present, taking a far more literal approach through this particular post-apocalyptic adventure and his first ever English-language film. The plot follows the story of a train circumnavigating the globe carrying the last of humanity on board as a way of escaping the unlivable ice world that humanity has turned the Earth into. The train itself is divided into a class system, creating a literal and metaphorical divide between the classes. The huddled masses of the poor surviving off jelly blocks made of crushed insects, and the rich living in a perpetual state of obnoxious abundance. The clear contrast between the overcrowding of the powerless, crammed together like animals, and the spacious comfort of the powerful cannot be mistaken. Despite Bong having outlined countless inequalities between the classes, he chose to have the tipping point that would incite revolution amongst the lower classes be the taking of children. The powerful claiming the children of the poor as simple pieces of a machine, replaceable and expendable, imposing the analogy of this socially structured train that mirrors many of contemporary civilization's current societal and environmental issues, pitting an individual group against a seemingly omniscient and invincible authority, provoking the idea that perhaps most of the world's ideologies and institutions are structured the way they are simply to maintain the balance of power. Perhaps Bong Joon-ho's largest commercial success and well-known work of his career is 2019's Parasite. Parasite is a modern story based in reality that shines a light on the divide between the wealthy and the poor. The main focus of the film is the Kim family, down on their luck and trying at any cost to become a part of the middle-upper class by any means necessary. Through chance, the family comes across an opportunity to infiltrate the lives of the wealthy Park family and leech off of their success and wealth, hence the title, Parasite. Bong created this film as a way of demonstrating that the order that is believed to exist in capitalist society cannot be changed in a normal course of events. The film is filled to the brim with subtle examples of the separation of the classes and the disdain and disregard held for the poor in the eyes of the rich. The Park family are shown ruthlessly firing their employees for no real reason at all other than they don't particularly care for them. The rich are shown being able to distinguish the smell of the lower class, and the poor always seem to smell no matter how hard they try and hide it, and are easily detected by the rich. An example of Bong's demonstration of the irremovable barrier between the classes, as well as it being only through interactions with people of other classes that class identities are created, and a sense of superiority is imbued to one and not the other. When a storm hits their town, the wealthy Parks see it as nothing more than a minor inconvenience, even allowing their son to camp in the backyard during it. However, at the bottom of town where the Kims reside, the flood has devastated the entire neighborhood and cost them their home and all of their belongings. Bong Joon-ho's films encapsulate the ever-present battle between the classes, demonstrating how much the powerful can affect the lives of countless others below them without a second thought. Thank you.